Think we're live. Yep. Yo, what's happening, people? It's your boy Michael, and welcome to another episode of the European Wrap Up Show. Typically, I know I do this episode with Nick and Eric, but they're not here today, so I brought my boy Ahmed. What are you saying, my
Big
guy?
up. I'm good, thanks. How are you? How you been?
Good, good, good. Just Friday.
Nice,
Thank God
nice.
it's the weekend. Can't wait.
Yeah, yeah.
My
Weekend.
last nice
Yeah.
day of weather here. My weather app is telling me snow tomorrow in
Oh,
April.
is it? Wow.
Big
Yeah.
2022. Yeah, it's crazy.
The weather here
But
is all
yeah.
messed up.
Also today, yeah, in England too. Yeah, I heard.
Mm.
So today, pretty much, we're gonna discuss the UCL. Obviously, what happened Tuesday, Wednesday. Go into some specifics about certain games that we both watched. More specifically, the Chelsea, Real Madrid, and City Atletico. And then I have Nick's. Since you guys know he's a Bayern fan, I have his thoughts on the game. And he's not here to
Mm.
defend his team today, so I might go a little extra with the slander on them because he's not here to defend himself. I'm mean like that. And then obviously Europa League. Me and Ahmed were on his channel yesterday. You guys should go watch the watch along there. We did the Frankfurt Barcelona, so we'll discuss about that and what happened there. Some West Ham are obviously through to the semifinals, so we got some stuff there. And then City Liverpool play each other again. I know they played each other last week. They play again tomorrow for the FA Cup semifinal. So we'll discuss about that. And then since we're both United fans, might as well mention that stupid club and discuss them a little bit. Even though I hate talking about them, but
I get
is
you.
what it is. There's news always. So yeah, let's start off with Chelsea Real Madrid. Obviously, if you guys see the thumbnail, Luka Modric is on there, and let's talk about him first, his assist. So what did you think about that assist, like in that particular moment?
You know, when I was watching that game, and as soon as he did that assist, like, because Madrid were beaten. Madrid were beaten, and then he got that quality to do it. And that actually came out of nothing because he actually hit it first time, and the keeper didn't move. And and you know what's crazy as well? Like, wait, did I cut off? Oh, I
Yeah,
thought I
for a
cut off
little
for a
bit.
second. Oh, so all right, I'll just start again then. Oh yeah, with the Modric. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear you.
All right, I was just going to say with the Modric assist, like that literally came out of nothing because Madrid weren't really playing well, and for him to do that, I feel like he kind of saved Ancelotti because like the assist was actually pinpoint perfect to I think it was Rodrigo, and people also forget like
Yeah,
the finish was really hard to do because he actually hit it first time and the keeper didn't move, and it was a really good finish, and that whole assist is one of the I'd say it's up there with one of the best assists I've seen from Modric. And he always does that. He's literally a master of when it comes to outside of the foot. He always does that. It's like his trademark. He always does it. And yeah,
Travella.
man, Modric.
Yeah,
Listen, one of the best midfielders to play the game. That's for sure, 100%. Yeah, but yeah,
yeah.
that's my
So
thoughts on the game.
I was watching the game. I was eating and I was like watching it. I'm like
Yeah.
when I saw Chelsea go 3, I'm like they're probably gonna lose. I'm like Madrid. I think they finally bottled it, and then just out of nowhere, like that assist came out of nowhere.
Mm,
I wasn't expecting it.
yeah.
And like you said, the finish. Most players really would probably would take a touch first, or like
Yep.
if they hit it like that, it usually goes skyrocketed to like Rosie. So
Yeah.
Rodrigo, I mean I've criticized him before. I'm like Madrid don't have any right wingers that are good, but he actually usually
Yeah.
comes up clutch for them in UCL. So fair play to him. Before we go into the Chelsea side, one more for Real Madrid. Benzema, uh, he scored another goal. I think that was his fourth in the tie. So he
Yep.
scored 4 of the 5 of them, I think. Benzema, what are your thoughts on Benzema like so far this year?
I think Benzema this year has been unreal. And what people, I feel like with Benzema, yeah, people have just started to like rate him because he wasn't really with Ronaldo. He wasn't really scoring all the goals. It was always Ronaldo. And ever since Ronaldo left, I'm pretty sure he scored. This is I think his fourth season consecutively where he scored over 20 goals in the league. And this is literally his best season so far. Assists wise, goal wise, and even performances. I think he's on form right now. Currently the best player in the world. I don't think there's a player out there. Maybe you could argue for Mbappe, but Benzema, he's literally 90% of Madrid. Like, and the other 10% is maybe, I don't know, Modric or something. But yeah, Benzema is literally their key player. And for me, in the Champions League, he's been the best player. Like back-to-back hat tricks in the quarterfinals, and then scored a clutch goal. Him and Vinicius, by the way, I'd say the best link-up so far in football. Like they've got such a good understanding. And when he scored the goal, you know when Rudiger tripped, like people say, "Oh, Rudiger tripped. What's he doing?" But if you actually look at it, his movement is what caused, like, he kind of bamboozled Rudiger because he was going forward and back, and then that's just called his IQ is ridiculous for a striker. And yeah, man, Benzema, I think even if he doesn't win Champions League, I still want him to win the Ballon d'Or. I think he deserves it regardless. That's just my opinion. I don't know who's. I hope he wins it, man. I need Benzema to win it because if he wins, he's won La Liga. He's won La Liga, so we'll see what he can do in the Champions League, though. That's my thoughts for Benzema.
We'll see. If you guys know me, I mean, I haven't released a TikTok. I'm like, yo, France football needs to get that name on the trophy already. I feel like, especially since World Cup won't have any effect on the Ballon d'Or this year, since the award is in October. I feel like Benzema, La Liga is wrapped up. If he can even make UCL final, that's good enough because that team is like, I know they're Real Madrid and they have like the highest of expectations, but that team is not that good in my opinion. Like they're not that good. Like when you compare them, I think Chelsea had a better team actually. But
100%.
like I said, X factor will win you the games, and Benzema has X factor. Ezra says, "Big up Ezra." Mbappe the best in the world, but Ben goes second. I mean, it's a good shot. I mean, I have them 1-2. I have them 1-2. Honestly, I don't really care who you have. Well, yeah, with Benzema. Speaking of like Real Madrid, like the team, Ancelotti. What are your thoughts on Ancelotti? Because I thought that he took way too long to make the substitutions. I was tweeting from like the 45th minute, bring on Camavinga, and he eventually did. I thought Camavinga was excellent. So what are your thoughts on Ancelotti like in this specific game?
I thought his in-game management was actually piss poor. Like I thought he didn't really. I thought, like you said, he took too long to make the subs. And if anything, I know Ancelotti, he's doing a pretty decent job so far, but his players kind of saved him in that game. And he brought in the subs. It was Rodrigo, and he brought on, who else was it? Camavinga. But he should have brought in Camavinga way earlier because Cruz, he wasn't really doing that much in the game. But yeah, Carlo Ancelotti, I feel like he's he's like a short-term manager for Madrid, isn't he? That's what I kind of think. But he got the, because if you look at the PSG game as well with Carlo Ancelotti, like, Chelsea had a lot of chances and PSG had a lot of chances as well. And they were both better than Madrid, but Madrid don't need to play well in order to win. And that's what I think with Carlo Ancelotti. He's got, like you said, X-factor players like Benzema, Modric, and he's got world-class players in there. So, yeah. I just feel like if he comes across a better team that's more clinical, I think he's in trouble. Because I think Tuchel should have won that game, in my opinion. I think he should have won that game with more chances.
I agree. Going over to Chelsea, to Eric, because my other co-host Eric is a Chelsea fan. What he would have said is pretty much Conte stinks. I know that's what he would have said. And Kovac is prop because he loves Kovac. Yeah. He's Croatian. Kovac is Croatian, obviously. That's his favorite player. So he was really good. I thought Mateo Kovac is one of my favorite midfielders to watch in the Prem. Just the way he runs past players. Croatia have a good one there, like the heir to Modric, because that's pretty much where he is. Him and Lovro Maher from Rennes. But yeah, for Chelsea, Tuchel, I thought Tuchel coached like almost a perfect game plan, like a 9 out of 10. I thought like he figured out the mistakes from the first leg. When I saw Ruben Loftus-Cheek on the lineup, were you confused by like seeing that lineup where like Ruben Loftus-Cheek at right wing back and then Reece James at right center back?
Yeah, that Ruben Loftus-Cheek, I'm not really sure about him. I don't understand why he was playing. I'm not sure. Was Jorginho injured or something? I'm not quite sure.
No,
I don't
got dropped.
We just got dropped. I didn't get that. I don't think Ruben Loftus-Cheek played that well. I don't know. And Reece James, I know he can play as a right centre back, but essentially he's way better as a wing back because you get more out of him. You see, going forward and defensively as well. But the lineup with Tuchel, I think he got the lineup pretty spot on. The tactics were spot on as well. I just think players like, Pulisic when they came on and like they bottled too many chances and it was going to bite them eventually. So that's what I think happened. Because he was frustrated, Tuchel. Yeah. He was going crazy. He was going mad.
I would have been too. Like, because I kind of get the Ruben Loftus-Cheek in a way because I think he wanted to match the energy. Because like Valverde on Madrid brings like the most energy. Like him and Modric together just bring so much energy. And,
yeah.
Like you have Vinicius and Benzema with the outlets. So I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek was just there to like bring the energy. Him and Kovacic and Conte just to like match up in the middle because from the first leg, I thought Madrid were doing like control the midfield, and Jorginho is like he's quality on the ball, but like off the ball, I don't think he's that good because he's like very athletic and stuff. So
slow as well. He's slow.
I mean, he might be the slowest player I've ever seen in my life.
Exactly.
He's so slow. He's so slow. But yeah, Chelsea did. Yeah, I thought the tactics were spot on. I thought Havertz played really good. Mount
Oh
Werner,
yeah,
he got something from that front three. To be fair with him. Um, Speaking of that, for Lukaku, so he got dropped completely. Like he didn't even show up
yep,
to the game.
yeah,
What are your thoughts on like Rom? Like obviously he's been a flop, and there's no questioning that because $100 million, and he's not even starting anymore. Do you think he's gone
yeah.
in the summer?
I think Lukaku's checked out with Chelsea. I think ever since he's done that not interview, sorry, where he said he didn't want to be here or something, I can't remember, and then he misses Lautaro Martinez, he misses Inter. I feel like that was a really sneaky move by Lukaku. Like you said, you wanted to prove yourself at Chelsea. You got the move, Premier League. You know the league. Um, you did a pretty good job at Inter. Now show why you're worth 100 million. And for me, we as United fans, we told Chelsea fans with Lukaku, like, yeah, he's banging in the goals for Inter, but I wouldn't be surprised if he would like not do too well because he's not a player that's like he was playing him up front by himself, but Lukaku's better in it too. And Chelsea play with like they essentially play with one striker, or sometimes they play Havertz as a false nine, or they play Havertz and Werner. But I don't think Lukaku was the. I don't think he's a Tuchel signing. I don't think Lukaku. I don't think Tuchel wanted Lukaku. I think that money and that whole package was for Haaland. I don't think it was for Lukaku. And then obviously the whole Haaland situation. I'm not sure, but yeah, he's been a flop. 100 million just to score against like awful teams. I don't know what. I think that's probably one of the worst signings. It's like for 100 million. Like I'm not sure how many goals he scored in the Premier League. I don't think he's got more than double digits in the league.
He
I
doesn't.
don't
I
think
think
he
he's like
does.
at 6 or 7. So
Yeah, I think Lukaku's gone, and they'll probably get like not even actually. I'd say maybe half of it at least. They'll probably get 60 or 50 because he's proven. But other than that, he's been a flop. If you have to be honest, he's been a flop this season. And I actually thought he was going to win them the league because of the price tag.
I had,
Because I had
I
Chelsea,
did
I
the
had
same
Chelsea as
thing.
favourites. I had Chelsea as favourites to win the
So did
league.
I.
But yeah, but that's my thoughts with Lukaku. To be
Kai
honest.
Havertz. Kai Havertz. So obviously since Lukaku's like kind of been struggling, Havertz has taken over that mantle for the number 9, and I think he's been doing really well. I think like
Yep.
he's. I mean, I thought that he should like when they signed Lukaku. I'm like, I'm not sure about this. Like I think Havertz was so good second half of the year last year. Obviously won the Champions League with his goal. So I think he was
Yeah,
ready
yeah,
to
yeah.
kick on like that, and Lukaku move kind of hindered like his development as a Chelsea player. Obviously,
Yeah, yeah.
Tuchel brought him back now. I thought he scored in the first leg, I believe. He scored the header, and then
Yeah, yeah.
he didn't score on Tuesday, but he was really good anyway. So
Yeah.
obviously, Chelsea in the summer, if they lose Lukaku, should they buy another 9, or should they just like continue this Havertz like false 9 experiment?
I think they should continue with Havertz. I don't think they need another number 9. I just think they need more. I think they need creative wingers. I think that's what they need, and ones that will give you goals. Because I know Werner scored a goal, but I don't know. I feel like they need more than just Werner. But with Havertz, I'm actually someone that didn't actually particularly rate Havertz last season. Obviously, he scored a goal in the Champions League, but I couldn't figure out what his best asset is as a player. Like I know he's good on the ball, but he didn't really score that many. But obviously, this season, he's been one of Chelsea's best players, Havertz. So he's been scoring. I think that position suits him as a false 9, and Havertz has been very good. He's another player that I reckon that he's finding his feet now, and Tuchel believes in him as well. So yeah, I don't think they need another striker. Like even if they did get another striker, then what are they going to? Because they usually play with one striker, isn't it, false 9, and then they have 2 creators. I think they have Mason Mount and is it Hudson-Odoi if he plays, or Kovacic? I don't think it's Kovacic. I don't know who plays behind Havertz, but
It's
I don't think they need
it's
another
like
number
they
9.
change it every
Yeah.
week. Like in my opinion, I've been seeing like Chelsea's biggest need is the wingers, like the
Wingers,
wide
yeah, yeah.
creators, whatever you want to call them. So obviously, I think on Tuesday they started Timo Werner and Mason Mount. Obviously, that worked because both of them scored goals. Timo
Yeah,
Werner
yeah.
scored a nice goal. I was not expecting Timo to score
Me
that type
too.
of goal. He dropped like 3 players. I was like,
Yeah.
fair enough, man. Fair enough. But I mean, with Werner, I kind of get why he gets clowned on Twitter because like his finishing is piss poor. Like it's so
It
bad.
is
But I feel like I see his effectiveness like to the
100%.
team,
Yeah.
like his movement, the running in behind, the space he occupies. It's just he has no end product. Like
His
it's
movement is good.
not he has no consistency like in his end product. Like not like he has
Yeah,
end
yeah.
product. Like he'll score occasionally, but it's not consistent. So like for every goal, for every chance, he needs like 5 chances to score like that one goal, which is a lot for like a
A
wide player in my
volume player.
opinion.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a very volume player. So
yeah.
yeah, obviously that's the two positions they need to upgrade: midfield, Kovacic, and then pick someone next to him, and Golo Kante. So Golo Kante is like a PR machine in my opinion. Like he's a great
100%.
player. He's a legend of like the last decade, one of the best midfielders of the last decade. But I feel like he continues to get overhyped now to the point where like when you look at France, like I don't think he should start for France in the World Cup in six
Me
months.
neither.
Like
Me neither.
I think Chouameni should have a spot.
Yep.
So what are your thoughts on like N'Golo Kante like this season specifically? Because I think he's been piss poor this season.
And the thing is with Kante, yeah, like this season he's been poor, and I agree with you with the whole PR because they kind of treat Kante like he's a baby. Like every single time he smiles, oh Kante this, Kante that. You see it all over social media, and no one's really talking about it how he's been poor because Kante is nice. He smiles. No one's going to talk about it. But yeah, I agree with you. Kante for Chelsea's been poor. Last season he had like a good few months. Under Lampard he was shocking as well. To be honest, loads of the Chelsea players were, but this season he's been crap. Against Madrid, he was actually one of the fault at one of the goals because he wasn't. There was a part where he just let the ball like get past him, and then I'm pretty sure Vinicius just then countered him. So yeah, Kante was like one of Chelsea's worst players in that game, and I don't think he deserves a spot in the World Cup. I think Chouameni offers more. Like Kante, as much as he like runs around and tackles, I think Chouameni offers more on the ball, and obviously you've got Pogba as well. So we'll see with Kante. He deserves to be dropped. And they might even sell him, to be honest, Chelsea. I think they might need like a new player right there. Because I think the injuries are catching up to him now. He's like 31 now. 30?
Yeah. I mean Chouameni's on their list of like the candidates, so they're in for him as well as every big club.
That's
But
great.
also
That's
they're getting
great.
Conor Gallagher. They're getting
Yeah.
Conor Gallagher back from loan next year. Billy Gilmore, them type of players. So we'll see.
They're stacked in the midfield. They've got quality midfielders. I can't lie. They've got quality midfielders. Because
Yeah.
Gallagher, he's like an engine as well, isn't he? He runs around a lot. He's got like 20 loans.
I think him and Kovacic would be like a good midfield duo. Like I think because Kovacic is quality on the ball. Like he's quality
amazing
on the ball. I think like he could take care of like the ball playing duties, and like Conor Gallagher is just there to run around, and he's better than like Conte in terms of attacking, like making the late runs into the box and kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
I think that'd be good. But yeah,
More
it's
to
pretty
his
much it
game
for
than
that
Kante.
game. Yeah, right now. So it's pretty much it for that game. The other game that day, Bayern Villarreal. Villarreal shocked. Okay, before we talk about it, I'll read Nick's because he texted me his thoughts on the game. There's a long list, by the way. So, Julian Nagelsmann overthinks during games. Nick called it the Pep disease. Example: bringing Davies on for Lucas in the back three. Upa and Coleman were Bayern's best players. And that's something from Nick because he hates Upamecano. Doesn't hate him, but he dislikes him. If Lewandowski leaves Bayern, it will sting, but I understand it. Hating on Muller is I'm not gonna use that word because I'm not trying to get what's it called banned on YouTube. Hating on Muller is not good. Yes, he missed a header, but didn't play well. But there was a thread on Twitter yesterday from a Bayern fan that said Muller is a serial choker, which I think is ludicrous. But yeah,
Bayern fans turning on Muller.
Yeah, that's weird, but fair enough. For the love of God, when you play Sane, start him on the left and not the right. Yeah, I was watching that game. I was like seeing highlights of the game. I'm like, I don't know, because I think this year like Nagelsmann was doing good with playing Sane on the left, kind of where Pep played him, like the left-footed left winger. And I don't know why Nagelsmann just had to change that, but not my problem.
That's his best position, Leroy Sané on the left.
Yep, big up Mason. Benzema is way better than Mbappe. Gee, okay.
See, Mason knows. Mason knows.
You respect my boy Kylian. What else? Musiala gets too cute at times, but I still believe he's a future star. Play the kids for the rest of the season. Oh, next time my type of vibe. Play the youth. You see it, bro. Need another winger and a 6 in the summer. If Flevo leaves, I don't know who to buy. Nunez, because I think Bayern got linked to Nunez today. So that's interesting. Also, he said if Julian Nagelsmann leaves before Brazzo, their CEO, he's kind of like their Woodward. The club is finished. Record fee for manager to leave before this. Sporting director would make this club an absolute joke. I don't think he's on the hot seat, but if Bayern don't make the past the quarterfinals next season, I could see him very much being on that hot seat. Unless he decides to actually leave and isn't sacked like Flick. Okay, that's a lot. So yeah, Nick's very disappointed, very mad about his team. before I talk about Bayern, I want to talk about Villarreal because I said on my TikTok, every year you have this one team in UCL that always goes much farther than they need to. This year we have Villarreal, so during this, where is killing you? No, don't worry about it. It's coming. Don't worry. He's still 23. He got time. He got time. Also, it's a World Cup, so it's calm. But yeah, like I said, there's always this one team, and Villarreal they beat Juventus, who I don't think are that good of a team, but still
Yeah.
impressive to win 3-0 to win no matter what. And obviously,
Hmm.
everyone thought that Bayern would smack them up. Like it's Bayern Munich at the end of the day, so you're like Lewandowski probably maybe
Yep.
maybe something happens in the first leg, but back in Munich, old regular things would happen. But I don't know, and this Emery guy, like just he's like I think I saw a stat where he's played 23 games for Villa. He's managed 23 games for Villarreal in Europe, and he's only lost one of them, which was funny enough
Oh
to Michael
wow,
Carrick.
that's crazy.
Which is funny, which leads to
Carrick.
a lot of revisionism on Twitter.
Oh,
Um,
100%. Yeah.
like Mason said, big up to Villarreal. They've done amazing to beat top teams 2 times in a row. I do agree with this. Liverpool, it's not going to be easy. They think it's going to be like
Mm.
an easy. Well, like that low block is hard to break down. Like it's not,
Oh yeah.
not easy. So we'll see. I don't know where the first leg is. If the first leg's in Spain, it could be tricky.
Yeah. I.
So what are your thoughts on like Emery? Like kind of what's it called? Like obviously the time at Arsenal was a flop. Obviously.
Yeah.
But do you think like I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, like I know like sacking Emery for Arteta was a mistake," but I'm of the opinion that I don't think Emery would have like his type of play style doesn't suit Arsenal because like the Wenger ball or like Arsenal are meant to be like the attacking football team. Like they started
Yeah.
that tiki taka stuff. Emery's like he plays good possession football, but he would rather play the low block football. So
100%. Yeah.
do you think it's just revisionism like with the Emery Arsenal stuff?
I don't know. With Emery, I don't think they backed Emery enough, in my opinion. I don't think they backed him enough. But the way how Arsenal want to play, I don't think it suits. I don't think Emery and Arsenal is a good fit. But regardless, even if he didn't do well with Arsenal, it doesn't take away that he's an underrated manager, in my opinion. Like, I rate Emery. He's not someone that I would take as a manager, but for what he's done so far in the Champions League and in the Europa League, what is it? Is that four Europa Leagues he's won? I'm pretty sure. Is it 4?
Yeah.
Like his European record is insane, and it's better than Conte's as well. And Conte's a world-class manager, so Emery's underrated. But the whole Arsenal thing is, I don't think it was Emery's fault. I just think Arsenal is just like toxic fan base and everything's toxic, and he didn't really get backed. But with Arteta, I mean, we'll see with Arteta. I don't think Arteta is that big. I think it's a downgrade, if anything. I don't see maybe Arteta. I'll be honest, yeah, Arteta they have improved a little bit, but I don't know. I feel like they're relying too much on youngsters, and eventually that will not help them like in the long run. But yeah, with Emery, he's if he does it against Liverpool, I might have to get an Emery shirt, man. Listen, good evening. I'm hoping he does it against.
I'm calling him better, bro. Yo, I'm so like I need one of Villarreal or Madrid to win because the thought of a Man City Liverpool final in the Champions League is like haunting me. It's haunting me. Like, I don't want to watch that final. Like, I
don't think I can watch
don't want to watch it.
I don't think I'll be honest. I'm not just saying this, but I generally don't think I can watch that game.
Because the fact that like I would rather have to live for Liverpool because I don't want City to win the Champions League. That's the one thing that's evading them. But at the same time, what are Liverpool going for? Quadruple.
Oh,
and it's like it's just like it's a lose-lose, man. Like it's just like
you know what it is with Villarreal, like. As much as I rate Emery, and obviously he's doing a good job, their attack is quite good. Gerard Moreno, Danjuma, and Chukwueze. But the thing is with Villarreal, they don't score that many goals. Like they're not a goal-scoring team. They're really hard to break down, but they're not clinical. And with Liverpool, you have to be clinical. And I just don't. Issue. But the thing is with Bayern, I kind of wish Bayern went through, but I just think if Klopp was coming across Nagelsmann and Bayern, I think Bayern Munich team will score more goals, but I think they'll leak more than Villarreal. So it'll be more like a high-scoring game. I feel like with Liverpool, it'll be like a 2-1 game. Like it'll be a really close game. So I don't know. I'm just looking at Villarreal plays. I know Danjuma is a quality winger. I mean, their back four is decent. I don't know about the midfield though. Pereira was good though. I think he's underrated, but You've got Capoue and like Coquelin. Like he's got a lot of ex-Premier League players, a lot of ex-Premier League players. But I don't know if he can do it against Liverpool. Oh my days, that's insane. Because you need to lock down that front three from Liverpool, man. That front three, you need to lock them down.
Yeah,
you need to lock them down.
We'll see. Pau Torres addition to be. I'm gonna be keeping a close eye on Pau Torres. Heavily linked with United too.
I'm not too convinced about him. I'll be honest. I don't think he's Premier League. I don't know about Pau Torres, man.
I don't know. Like obviously, he looks like a pretty boy center back that doesn't want to like do the physicality stuff.
Yeah.
That's the thing. But he's like so good on the ball. Like his ability on the ball is so good as a center back for a center back. Like the way he could ping with the. And he's left-footed, which is such an advantage in build-up. It's so crucial. That's why Ten Hag wants him. That's why he's on top of Ten Hag's list, like center back options. So we'll see about that. But yeah, big up Villarreal, man. Upset. I didn't expect it, but I'd rather them play Liverpool because, like you said about Bayern, I think Bayern that highline would just get cooked by Mo Salah and Jota and all them, man. So
the first leg, by the way, Villarreal against Bayern Munich. I didn't watch the second leg, but I watched a bit of the first leg. I think Villarreal should have scored about 4 goals. Like they weren't clinical at all in the first leg, which is why I'm really scared if they come across Liverpool, because Liverpool is a team where you can't be having too many chances because they'll just kill you with Salah and Mane. So that's what I'm trying to say.
I'm just gonna hope that if they get those same chances against Liverpool, the XG gods kind of come back to help them, and they cash in on the XG against Liverpool. That's what I'm praying for. But
100%.
It's just kind of like against Liverpool, you just got to be smart with your runs. Like then Juma Chukwueze, like they're gonna have to be like very smart with like when they're running behind and stuff like that because the high line is like so high. So
target Trent.
We'll see about that.
Just target Trent.
It's Danjuma against Trent. It's Danjuma against Trent. That's gonna be a mismatch.
Oh yeah, Danjuma's gonna cook him. He'll cook him, Trent. 100%. I mean, he got cooked by Vinicius, didn't he? So he'll get cooked by Danjuma as well. Yeah, because his defensive awareness, Trent, isn't good at all. That's like the downside of Trent. But yeah.
And then Wednesday we had the game I watched was, I think you watched too, was Atletico City. I'm not gonna lie, I expected. Got my boy Eric.
Big up Eric.
Yeah, don't worry, I won't go too wild. I already got past the Chelsea part. Don't worry. But yeah, with the City Atletico, if you ask like which team is like the better attacking team and which one's the defensive team, you would not think that, because like I think Atletico played the more proactive football, while City were just like sitting back. They kept doing a long ball like over the top, and Atletico were just recycling the possession. So, what are your thoughts on like City's game plan for this game? Because I thought Pep completely switched it.
I think City weren't good at all. By the way, like you said, they weren't really creating that many chances. And with Atletico Madrid, Atletico Madrid always do this whenever like they really need to win or really need to score a goal. They can actually, like as defensive as they are, when they really need to attack, they can actually hurt any defense. Like they did it to Liverpool, they did it to City, and I just think they were unlucky on the night. But with Pep, I don't know. Pep's got this thing where the further he goes, the further he progresses in the Champions League. He's like he overthinks like something. I don't know why I'm pretty sure in the final he didn't even play with his number 6. And then this one, I don't know. City were looking shaky. That's not a team that's like going to win Champions League for me. I don't know. I wasn't really impressed with their performance. But then again, I'll be honest. As much as I wanted Atletico to win, City did do well to nullify like Atletico Madrid's shithousery. But they did well in terms of like trying to block the chances. I think John Stones, by the way, I think he had a great game. Stones, I think he's an underrated centre back. I think he's probably England's best centre back in my opinion. I mean, one of their best centre backs. He's very good on the ball. I think Laporte and Stones were good. And yeah, that's just. But the thing is, they've got Cancelo out as well now, so I think he's a huge miss because he can play left back and right back. But Walker's injured as well. But yeah, Ederson was good as well. Ederson was he was good in that. But Atletico, man, listen. Oh, bro. They were just going. I don't know about Griezmann on there. Felix, I liked Felix. I thought he was good, but Griezmann, I don't know about Griezmann. He wasn't really doing anything that. I don't know. I just don't get he didn't really offer anything going forward. And then he brought on Suarez, who didn't really do anything. Like his touch was heavy as soon as he came on.
Oh, fuck that
I
guy.
don't know with Suarez.
Bro, against us, if that was against us, he would have scored and he would have celebrated like a madman.
100%. 100%.
Bro, Suarez guy. Nah,
Bro,
I'm
that
not
should
gonna
have
lie,
been
bro. Like, did you think it was a penalty on Correa? By the way,
sorry.
have you seen the highlight of like the penalty that should have been a penalty with Correa and Cancelo?
Oh yeah, that was a penalty. I've seen it. I think Cancelo fouled him, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Was it Cancelo? Yeah. That was a penalty in my opinion.
Yeah.
I tweeted it as well on Twitter. I think that was a penalty. He didn't win the ball at all, and then there was no penalty. I don't know why he didn't. It didn't even go to VAR.
Nope.
Exactly, it didn't go to VAR, so I don't understand why that penalty wasn't given. I feel like the referee was kind of biased as well. I don't think the ref was good at all.
Terrible.
Like that Foden challenge.
Man, with City, like the Felipe thing. All right, before we go on Foden, like for that specific penalty incident, like I'm not gonna lie, City complained about how UEFA hates them, but if you remember last year, Jude Bellingham's like non-goal against Dortmund in the first leg where Bellingham should have scored. You have that, which I think Dortmund would have gone ahead and away goals counted last year, so that would have been a massive goal because it was
when he robbed it off Edison.
Yeah, and they called the goal
that was a
foul or something like that.
Yeah.
So you have that. This year you have the multiple stuff that happened in that game. I think I've been saying that it's clear UEFA want the City Liverpool final. It's like so obvious at this point. Like, Liverpool have the easy draw. I think that Chelsea would have been a bigger threat to City than Madrid.
Yep.
Because Chelsea always plays City tough. It's like at the most the difference will be one goal separates some of those games. So yeah. And then obviously that like on the Foden incident, I honestly, bro, the way Foden was diving, like, bro, it's pure shithousery. I understand why he was doing it, and it was good to match Atletico's like attitude because they were able to get in Atletico's heads more than Atletico got into their heads, which kind of shows the development of a Pep team. Like usually 100%. With Pep thing, I said City know how to do the dark arts of football way bigger more than people think because Pep created this like tactical fouls, bro. If City can't get the ball back off you, they'll foul you. They'll just kick you and you'll go down. So, yeah, I mean, I think if City embraced it, I wouldn't hate it as much as they do. But they just try to give off this image that they're this pretty football club, the Barcelona of England, like it's pure football, the Johan Cruyff. But I've read an article about like Pep's become way more pragmatic than people think. Like he's not like. He's the inventor of this like tiki-taka in the modern era, but he's also adjusted his play style way more than people think.
100%, I agree. Because with Pep as well, like he doesn't necessarily have like a plan B. It's always it's plan A and that's it. But what you saw against Atletico is that he had a plan B and he was defending quite well. So with Pep, he has gone a bit more pragmatic. And but the thing is with Pep, them tactical fouls, bro. With Fernandinho, he always does it all the time. Like Fernandinho, like he always used to do
don't get carded. So annoying. They don't get carded. Bro, Rodri should have gotten like a red card, and he got a yellow card like in the 89th minute. It's mad annoying.
Yeah, City they act like they always give off like the victim mentality, like the refs are against us, they're against us. But if anything, you guys were lucky that you think that they didn't get a penalty. So I don't understand. But the Foden thing gave me the meal.
No wonder.
I'll be honest, if that was like my player rolling around and then being a bit of a shit,
I'm backing him. Yeah, I'm backing him too. Obviously, like you hate to see it as an opponent, but like when they show up, but like when we go look at our players, none of our players do that. They don't know how to do tactical fouls and all that kind of stuff. Like it's mad annoying.
Yeah.
Like they don't know the dark arts. I call it the dark arts of football, like consistently. But yeah, bro, man, City pissed. I just hate that club. Like I just hate them. It's so annoying.
Bro, if they win Champions League, you know what it is with City just winning Champions League. You just feel like it's. Listen, I know people will say, City fans will probably say, "Oh, you guys are salty because you guys wish we had a board." Like, yeah, listen, I wish we did, but at the end of the day, I don't know. I just feel like their success is just like no one really cares though. That's the thing, because everyone's saying the reason why people want City to win the league is because we don't want Liverpool winning it because they're actually a big club. Whereas with City, they're like the little team that won the lottery. That got amazing owners, and then they're just winning. And obviously with Pep, I'm not saying it's all about money. Pep is the best manager in the world, in my opinion. But with City, if you take out the owners, they're literally nothing. And if you take out if you take it's the same goes for Chelsea, by the way. Chelsea are like that as well. But Chelsea, they've actually got Champions League. They've actually won the Champions League. I think twice now. They've won it twice, and City have never won it. So I don't think if Pep leaves Man City and doesn't win Champions League, I wouldn't say it's a failure because he's won so many trophies with that. Would you say? I feel like failure is a bit too harsh.
I don't.
So if he wins the league this year,
that's why he came there. That's why he came. Bro, they had domestic success before him.
But did they dominate like Pep dominated the league?
None of the other managers got as many years as Pep though. I think it was like 2 years, 3 years max. Like Pep's been here for like 5-6 years now, bro. And it's not like they went out to like they didn't go out to superior teams. They went out to Lyon, Monaco, Spurs made a final before them. The Liverpool, Liverpool team wasn't good. That was the year before the 98-point team, so it wasn't the best of Liverpool's that they lost to.
Yeah.
And last year in the final where Pep overthought it, he cost himself a final by overthinking it. So I don't know. I think it's a failure if he doesn't win Champions League.
I don't know if I could say. I understand why you think it's a failure, but I just keep thinking about the amount of trophies he's won. I think even if, for example, who was their last manager? If Mancini got the same amount of time as Pep, I don't think he would have dominated the league like, the Centurion season. I just feel like Pep was just ridiculous, man. But if he wins Champions League, then he's pretty much completed everything. He's completed everything then at Man City. He's won the Carabao Cups. He's won the Premier League. He's won the Champions League, and then he'll just, I don't know, maybe manage a team like Brazil or something. Bring them the World Cup. Maybe that's his next destination with Pep. I don't know, because I don't see him managing another team, another league team. No. I think City is his last club. I think that's it. I don't know. Maybe manage Brazil.
Probably. Man, maybe 2026.
Yeah, I do wish Chelsea went.
Slip him a quick heart.
Yeah.
But then again, like if Chelsea went back-to-back Champions League, that's a big for them as well. Like that would be the first time since like 1970 that a English team won back-to-back Champions League. So it's like another loss for us. And they would have matched our UCLs.
We essentially don't want any Premier League team to win the Champions League. Like we're the bro. I'm literally a Villarreal and a Madrid fan. That's who I'm counting for. But I don't think they're gonna win it.
That'd be the stinkiest final of all time. But
yeah.
You know what? I think Madrid could beat Liverpool in one game, though.
But in 2 games at Anfield, I just feel like Liverpool will just steamroll Madrid. I think Madrid will choke in the.
That's what I said. That's why I said, like, if Madrid beats City somehow, some way, I don't know how it's gonna happen. I don't know, but Ancelotti's beaten Pep before in the semifinal, so it's happened before. I'm gonna give Liverpool.
You're gonna give them time, yeah. Ancelotti's not that good at home. Ancelotti. I know.
They're better on the
because at PSG, Chelsea, he wasn't good. I think Ancelotti. I think their team play better when they're away. So hopefully, if they come across City, hopefully they make out of it. They'll do like as much as they can in the away tie and try to score as many goals. I don't know. I wish the away goals did count. To be honest, I don't like how it's not there anymore. I like the away goals. I don't know what you're saying, but I like the away goals.
It's like mixed because like there's certain games where like that's made the ties better, where it's like no away goals, but then there's games where like it's football heritage in a way. Like it's always been away goals, so it's something that's been installed. So like I'm kind of used to it, but I don't know. I have to see like another year of it to like see where it's like most affected.
I hate that.
But once it affects like United, I'm gonna be like that Athletic game, right? Like let's say it finished 0-0 and we had gotten the away goal and we would have to go to extra time. I would have been fuming because I'm like, yo, bring away goals back and shit like that. But, yeah.
No, I get you.
But yeah, City, man, it's like I don't know. They're probably gonna go to the finals. Not
bro. Who knows? We have to prepare. It's City and Liverpool. It's gonna be City and Liverpool.
Yeah, big up the boys of Don. Always
big up, bro.
What's it called? But yeah, it's like a fun. I don't know. The first leg though with Cancelo and Walker being out is massive. Like if they are out, because then that's both fullbacks. Vinicius is gonna be matched up. Like Vinicius can get at that attack. It's kind of like what's the one team that we say that always causes City problem is Spurs, and City and Madrid pretty much have a more boosted attack than like Spurs is like Vinicius could do the sun roll, and then Benzema is a better Harry Kane, and he could do the drop deep stuff like that. And then Madrid have a better. The thing with me I think Ancelotti has to get that midfield right. That's the most important stuff. That's the most important thing for me. Like he's got to match City like in the midfield. Like one of Cruz or Modric can't play, in my opinion.
I drop Cruz.
I drop Cruz too. I bring Camavinga, Casemiro, Modric.
Yeah, that's a good balance. Mm-hmm.
And then Valverde on the right wing again to kind of like use him as an outlet. He could play the wing. He could tuck in the midfield to kind of boost some numbers up. So yeah, it'll be. I don't know
how Rodrigo is when it comes to like 1v1.
I wouldn't start him. I think Impact Sub is the best in my opinion. I think Impact Sub is good. He's done good there as an Impact Sub.
I don't know why they're not playing Bale though. Like, why not play Bale? I don't understand.
Politics. I think it's
I know it's politics, but I don't think Bale's finished. Obviously, he's not the player he used to be, but he came back in the Premier League, Spurs, and he scored a good amount of goals. He scored goals. I think he scored 12 goals in the Premier League, and he didn't even start that many games. So, I don't know. I feel like I know it's politics, but Bale, man, they need a new right winger.
Yeah.
Oh, Valverde.
Yeah, I said put Valverde at right wing and he'll tuck in the midfield kind of and just start Modric because Valverde is like a utility player. He could play anywhere on the pitch because he has that much energy and stuff like that. Like he can even play right back if he needed to. So that's where I would.
Would you say City's weakness is defense?
Yeah,
obviously
that and their goal scoring is going to be tough. Like they're not the most clinical, so it's gonna be up to Madrid. Whether if Madrid can suffer like Atletico did, just try to limit the amount of chances. But this is the thing with Madrid. I don't like their defense. They concede way too many chances.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's my issue with them. If they were more compact, Zidane's team was more compact in my opinion.
It was.
He could have coached a better game plan. So we'll see, man. I don't know. We'll see. It'll be interesting. The first leg is
Madrid's back line is a bit iffy.
Yeah, bro. I don't like their fullbacks. Like Mendy, I somewhat rate Mendy, but there's some he gives the ball away too easily sometimes because he'll try to back into when he's attacking, he'll try to back into the defender instead of just bombing up and down, which is mad annoying. And Carvajal,
Mendy's I rate Mendy. I think Mendy's he's a good player and he's good with both feet. By the way, he's comfortable on both feet. But yeah, go on.
Zidane needs to stop that comment. Nah, that comment's horrendous.
Zidane.
No.
Carvajal's finished, man.
So terrible right back.
He's finished. He's fully finished. They need fullbacks, Madrid. They need fullbacks. I mean, they had Hakimi, but then they sold him, didn't they? Yeah, I think Carvajal. I think Foden's going to be coming across him. Foden is going to eat him alive. He'll eat him alive. Because, Mendy's got a mistake in him. Militao's a good centre-back. Alaba is very good on the ball, but I feel like Militao and Alaba, they can be got at. I feel like they can be got at. So, I don't know, man. I feel like City are just going to keep the ball. The thing is with City, yeah, I don't rate, obviously individually, they've got good players, but as a back four, if the problem is with Man City is that because their defense doesn't get tested that much, they just keep the ball, and it's really hard to get the ball off them. But I do think if you actually go at Ederson, because Ederson's got a mistake in him, he has got a mistake in him.
Yo, Benzema's gonna press the living hell out of him.
Yep.
That Mendy mistake, Ederson, if he does the stuff he did against Liverpool last week, he could get got at. So
100%. Yeah.
We'll see about that.
But yeah, need an Ancelotti masterclass, man. That's what I need. Carlo.
Yeah, so we'll see on that. So that's pretty much it for UCL. Yeah, this guy's bugging out, man. This guy's the best troll ever. Man thinks his FIFA out here. I respect it. Over in Europa League, we had the one big result, which is everyone's favorite Barcelona got knocked out by Frankfurt.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Was his Xavi hype a little too much?
No. The thing is with Xavi hype, yeah, he is doing a good job, but that Europa League, I don't think that was Xavi's fault though. I don't think it was his fault at all. We both saw the game. They could have easily won that game if they were clinical. Dembele, once again, your guy, he was their best player. Creating chances. He was doing everything, but I feel like Aubameyang, bro, he missed two sitters, the header and the tap in. So they should have easily got through. But yeah, the Xavi hype, I do think Barcelona are hyping him a bit too much, but I do think he's got a good potential to be a very good manager. And I think he's the right guy to take Barcelona back to the top. Because I think they'll be, come on, they were like 8th or 9th, and now they're 2nd already. Like, you have to give him the credit. I don't think it's hype. He'll be able to challenge for the league next season. 100%. That's my opinion. Nah, Zidane, man. Xavi hype is too much. Bro. We'll see, man. We'll see. If Ten Hag can do what Xavi's doing, then that'll be amazing. I'll tell you that.
I think the one mistake Xavi made was not playing Frankie. Like, Frankie didn't start. He did the Gavi Pedri midfield again, and like they struggled in the first leg. So I think that's the one big mistake. So we'll see. I mean, obviously, just going out Europa League to Frankfurt is disappointing. Like they should have won that competition. Like they're the more superior team in all aspects. So yeah, no trophies this year for Barcelona. That's twice in 3 years where they finished with no trophies.
Wow.
So
that's crazy, man. 2 years ago.
The lockdown year they didn't win, and then last year they won the Copa del Rey, and then this year they obviously not winning any trophies. As for Frankfurt, good job for them. He's doing a good job at the moment, but way too early. It's fair enough. Yeah, and then the other big result was West Ham. They're in the semifinal for like the first time in like 60-something years. Yeah, thoughts on West Ham going to like the Europa League semifinal. Obviously, it's big news for them.
Oh, West Ham, because I'm pretty sure. What's it called? I think they're even though I said Barcelona were favourites, I think West Ham were also good favourites. And I think with David Moyes, he's just fully focusing on the Europa League, and they've got good players. I think West Ham, they should be winning that competition. They've got good attackers. Their midfield is fine. I feel like their back four is decent as well. Like, it is theirs to lose. Like, they've got Rice, they've got Bowen, Benarama, Lanzini, Antonio. They've got good players, man, to win there. And I think if Moyes wins the Europa League, I don't know, he should be getting a lot of credit for that. A lot of credit, because West Ham, the thing is with West Ham, they don't have that much depth. That's the issue. But if he wins Europa League, then that's an amazing job. It was a big achievement. Because who else is at the Europa League? It's West Ham, and who else? Frankfurt? Yeah, and Frankfurt, yeah.
Frankfurt, Leipzig, and Rangers.
Oh, Leipzig and Rangers. Oh, yeah.
Rangers, West Ham would be a fun final. West Ham Rangers would be a fun final, by the way. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, Rangers, yeah.
Ahmed was one that I liked him at first, but for me, it's catching on too much, man. No. I'm not appreciating that. Nah.
I'm sold on Dembele, man. Just get him at Old Trafford. Dan James, no.
Yeah, you know, I think one comparison I like to make more. I think he's kind of similar to Unai Emery in a way, like kind of like
Who?
where I say like David Moyes, him and Emery, like kind of like similar managers in a way. Where I think like these second tier clubs in like a league, so West Ham, Emery with like Sevilla and Villarreal, kind of like the second tier, like not first tier teams, like in terms of club size, just like that's where like they thrive the best in. Like, they'll have players that are like not big players, but they'll make them big players.
Yeah.
And like they'll play for them, they'll fight for the badge
Good
and everything. Yes, I think that's similar. So I mean, big up David Moyes, man. That club was fighting relegation when he got in there, and now they're in the European semifinal. And It's not like even a conference league, not even a conference league semifinal. It's a Europa League is a legit trophy nowadays. Like it's actually gotten a lot of prestige back. So yeah, big up for them, man. And that
Moyes, manager of the year if he wins it. Give him manager of the year if he wins it. Yeah.
He should be he should be like when they do like the awards and stuff like that. He should definitely be nominated for it.
Yeah. It just depends what Liverpool and City do, to be honest. But yeah. 100%.
Thoughts on Declan Rice? He scored yesterday. Scored a nice goal. The $150 million man.
I'll be honest, yeah. Declan Rice, I do think he's the real deal, but like, I don't know. Like, it's just if they valued him by a lot lower, I would 100% take him. I'd still like. I don't know. Their price is just putting me off hugely. But Rice, he's been West Ham's best player, 100%. Because if you compare Rice this season compared to last season, it's a completely different player. Because last season I was watching him and I was like, I don't understand the hype. Like, he just seems like a steady Eddie midfielder, like nothing too special. But this season he's progressed into a much better player. He carries the ball well. His passing is good. Defensively, he's sound as well. Like he's got very good attributes, and like you said, he's an 8. He can play the 6. I'm pretty sure he can play centre back as well. Didn't he start off as a centre back and then moved into the midfield?
That's where he started.
Yeah, Declan Rice. He's a good ball carrier, and yeah, he's a very good player. But if they do win Europa League, don't be surprised if they start saying like, they're going to start overrating him to the next level, saying, oh, he's one of England's best midfielders now or something like that. But yeah, I have to be honest. Rice is
when you look at English midfielders, I would say he's like England's best midfielder these days. Like, depending on what you class.
Would you say he's better than Jude Bellingham? I know they're different players in a way, but because if you be honest, Rice for England, I think he's not that good.
Jude has the potential, but like Declan Rice right now, I mean, what has he done wrong? Like he's like you see the improvements every year by year. He's improved as a player consistently.
He has, yeah.
I don't know, like for England, for England, it's different. Like that's based on the style. Because like I think Foden sucks for England because he's playing that position.
Yeah,
I say Trent isn't good for England because he's taken out of Klopp's system.
Yeah, so, that's true. Nice.
Sometimes the best English players aren't the best for England. Maybe. I think that's something to be said. So
that's actually true. England don't have like a standout midfielder, like for example, like a France or like a Brazil. Yeah, they don't have like a standout midfielder.
Jude. It's Jude right now, pretty much. It's Jude and Rice, I would say.
Yeah, but I think Foden plays Phillips, doesn't he? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean Foden is obviously like the best English talent, but he's a forward right now. And I think for England, Southgate will always play him as a forward. He'll never play him in the midfield.
Oh yeah.
I think Foden's best position is at 8, like as a left 8, in my opinion. But yeah,
Foden's better on the left.
Yeah, they go to West Ham again. The other big game for that was Leipzig-Atalanta. Leipzig are through to the semifinals, and I'm not gonna lie, I think they might win it. Like in a one-off, if they get to the final against a West Ham, I think they might win it in a one-off.
Oh, Leipzig, okay.
So the main man for Leipzig obviously is Nkunku. He scored the brace yesterday. We're linked with him, obviously. We've gotten a couple strong links with him. What are your thoughts on him as a player?
Nkunku, yeah. Obviously, he's like, everyone's talking about him now. But I'll be honest, I'm not going to pretend like I've seen every single game of Nkunku. Obviously, his numbers are amazing. And most of the players from the Bundesliga will have amazing numbers. So I'm not going to be fooled by it because Timo Werner had that as well. But I have seen him in the Champions League. I've been impressed with him. I'm still trying to figure out what his best position, because he's quite versatile, isn't he? Pretty sure he could play the 10 and the right wing. And then, yeah, he's someone that I would 100%, I'd love him to come to United. 100%. I think he's Leipzig's best player and he's doing well. And he's proved it in the Champions League too. Proved it that he could do it against the big teams. So yeah, and Nkunku, is he in the French squad? He has to be, right?
He got called up
100%.
Last time.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah. Nkunku looks like a very good player. I think he's a good age as well, 24 years old. So he's still got tons of years. 24 years old, attacking midfielder. He's quality. And he's someone that, yeah, man, I feel like with United, we don't really have like a good attacking ball carrying midfielders. Like I feel like with Bruno doesn't really carry the ball. Donny's not really a ball carrier. Donny's just like he's 1-2 and then let me make a run in the box and then he'll score you a goal. We don't have that guy that can drive. Like for example with City, they've got Grealish, they've got Foden, they've got Mahrez. We don't have them at Man United. Bernardo Silva as well. We only have Sancho and Pogba. That's it, if that. And Sancho doesn't really carry the ball that much.
Funnily enough, McTominay is probably one of our better ball carriers. He's not good, but he could carry the ball somewhat.
Oh, so that tells you everything if he's our best ball carrier.
Yeah, he's one of our best. Like he carries the ball better than Bruno. Like in my opinion. Like I've seen.
That's not hard. That's not hard.
Yeah, I know, but that shows the level that we're at in terms of ball carrying in the midfield.
Yeah.
I mean, I've warmed up to that. It's kind of like because obviously like it needs to get approved by Ten Hag. So if Ten Hag thinks that he could use Nkunku, then go for it, man. Because that's a quality player. Also, we can't let him go to one of our rivals. If you give that guy a Klopp, I promise you he'll find something for you.
Oh my days, he would do amazing in that Klopp system.
or you give him to Tuchel. Tuchel will put him in that wing spot, right or left, next to Havertz, and
He's
they'll
fast as
cook.
well. He's fast and
Yeah,
direct.
bro.
We need that type of.
So I
We don't have fast players at our team. You know, I'm not really a pace and power
no,
player, yeah.
we're so
But we
unathletic.
don't
We're
have
so
any.
unathletic.
Yeah, we don't have Rashford is Listen, I don't rate Rashford at all, by the way, and I think we should sell him. Yeah, but Rashford is athletic, but he just doesn't. But he's just not. He's not good with the ball at his feet. Like he's not really that good. Like, if you're trying to compare him to like a Dembele or what's it called, or a Nkunku as well. I don't. We need more athletic players, man, that are good on the ball. So Nkunku's that guy. Get Nkunku or Dembele. I'm fine with either.
Yeah, bro. Because in my opinion, when it comes to like attack, I always say you need one guy that can run in behind that can stretch the defense. You always need that on your team, no matter what. Like City have Sterling. That's the guy. They used to have two with Sane. Those were the two.
Yeah.
And the perfect example, in an ideal world, the guy that could also stretch the defense is also a good ball carrier. That's like the perfect type of player. Like that's why City and Liverpool have the ideal with that. Mane and Salah can stretch your defense and behind, but they can also carry the ball really well, especially Mane in his prime. City had the sign. We need two wingers like that, and then Nkunku would be one of them. Sancho, ideally, Kobe can improve, especially hopefully next year. Ten Hag, I think Ten Hag can find a system for Sancho to work. So, yeah, it might be to the point where I think our striker is gonna have to be a mobile striker, in my opinion.
He has to. I'm telling you, we need a good. Yeah. Go on. Yeah.
But we need a mobile striker, but that's also like not a hindrance in our link up play. So he doesn't have to be like elite link up play, but he just can't be a hindrance.
So we basically
need
the ball. A goal scoring version of Martial.
Yeah.
That's what we basically need.
If Martial wanted to move, he'd be perfect, but he don't want to move.
It's not like he wants. I don't think Martial is that type of player that wants to get him behind. You know, he doesn't do that anymore because he's lost his.
That's a problem. If put NHS Martial on this team right now, and like my dream team that we want to create, it's perfect.
But you know what it is with NHS Martial? Martial, most of his goals were coming off the left. If you actually watch his goals back, like he was driving with the ball and then hitting them, and he always does that trademark curl. That's what he was doing.
Yeah, but then you got the left winger with like the interchange.
Yeah, interchange. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But yeah, so we need.
Let's see, Central
we need a number now.
So if Central is like the left wing, for example, next to like Rashford, that's why Martial Rashford combo is so lethal, like at their best, because Rashford wants to like always score goals. So he would just occupy the position that Martial left, and then he'll do his goal scoring stuff. So it was the perfect combo. Yeah. It's just a shame that they both decline at the same time. Big pain there. But yeah, man.
That's actually
Cuckoo special player.
I do think, by the way,
I look at this Leipzig team, bro. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say with Sancho, like I know, like, I'm not saying you're doubting him, but I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter starting to doubt him. I think with Sancho, we need to, like, I know he costs a lot of money, but he's a quality player, and I know he doesn't have the attributes in the Premier League like pace and power. I know he's not the most athletic person, but trust me, yeah. Once Ten Hag gets his hands on him, yeah, he's gonna be he'll be the main creator. That's what he will be. Because if you think about it, he's a number 10. He's not actually an out-and-out winger like a Sané. That's not how he is. He's just being moved there, just because we don't really play with 10s anymore. Like 10s are kind of dying out if you actually think about it. But yeah, Sancho.
I think with Sancho, like I know his his great attributes are really great, but the bad attributes about him are really bad. Like his lack of intensity is an issue with me, because he does not want to engage in duels. Like he's afraid to engage with other people, like in duels. Like he doesn't want to take people on. And like when I say I want him playing between the lines, if you're gonna play between the lines, like Hazard did, for example, you're gonna want you want to relish the contact. Like Hazard relished the contact. He drew the fouls and stuff like that. He didn't mind it. Grealish as well. Sancho doesn't want to do that. And like if you see him, bro, when he plays games, he trains with bandages on his hamstrings, right?
I've seen that.
He's taped up.
Is he injured or something?
I don't know. Like I'm worried the physicality is too much for him.
That's I don't know if it's
like he's a great player. Like he's a great player, but it just might be like I know he's English, so people thought like every English player should be good in the Prem and stuff like that, especially the best ones. But I think you're gonna start seeing a little bit now. The best English players might not be made for the Prem. Like I think Jude, a better player in La Liga than he would be in the Prem.
So it's not basically it's not that we're saying Sancho is bad. We're just saying that he doesn't suit Premier League.
Yeah, his best attribute, like his weaknesses get amplified in the Premier League.
So he's more of a La Liga player.
More than they would. Yeah, he's like bro. He's just like the athletic. I know a lot of people say athleticism is overrated, bro, but you do need athleticism. Like it's important, especially in the Prem, because of the intensity. And if you're gonna, if you don't have the athleticism, you gotta have the intensity.
Like, it's Foden. Foden's not really athletic either, though.
Foden is twitchy though. He's really twitchy.
He's what?
He's really quick. He's twitchy. When he with the ball at his feet, that guy is rapid. He's so quick. And he relishes taking people on. He doesn't have a problem taking people on. Like he wants it.
But the thing is with Sancho, like his attribute, I think his passing is really good. By the way, I think people sleep on. I think he's a good passer. His dribbling. I think his dribbling. Like I know his dribbling is good.
His final third decision making is perfect. You know what player I think you know what, if Sancho had intensity, you know what player that he'd be good for, like similar to Bernardo Silva.
Okay.
Because Bernardo Silva goes on the wing. I don't think he's that good. I think he gets much worse when he's on the wing. But when you put him in the midfield, he has the intensity there, and he has the
can't the
control.
Intensity improve with Ten Hag?
Yeah, you can. It can. Yeah, it can. I mean, first of all, essentially he's conditioning coaches because he's not in the best shape physically. No offense to him. So if he gets the right coaches in the conditioning, of course he can. He's still young. He's only 21, 22. I mean, there's still plenty of time.
Yeah.
But like next year, I want to see that improvements in those attributes. I want to see you, like, you don't have to take people on, but like, try to get a little aggressive, man. Like, because he could go hiding in the game, like just try to it has to be fixed. So we'll see what Ten Hag does. But I think something one of
Sancho,
my
you know what
like,
I like with Sancho though. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go.
I was going to say with Sancho, like I know he's not had an amazing season, but you know what Sancho's proved to me? He's a big game player as well. Like he does it against the big teams. Like I scored against City, Chelsea was good against Arsenal. So because the thing is, he started to play. He went on a little form where he was actually one of our best players. He was going on a good run, and then started to die out a little bit. So I think once he gets used to that, I think he's going to have the Havertz effect. That's what's going to happen. Because if you look at Havertz, he's not got any attributes about him that suits the Premier League, if you're going to be honest. And look at Mesut Ozil as well.
But
obviously,
like I think what Havertz helps, like his physical, like he's a little taller, so like
he's lanky, isn't he?
A little easier for him. Yeah, he's tall and lanky. He's also really good. Like he's a false nine. Like he's really good in the air. Like he's really good in the air. Like he'll win you and stuff like that. So
no, I understand.
Now let's see. Next year is important for Sancho though. Like we got to see like the improve. Like this year, I give him a little of a pass because like I'm a little disappointed, but I'm like the team kept changing around. You didn't have like the consistent like lineups and stuff like that, so it's not the best.
Dropped as well.
But next year I want to see. Next year I want to see more. Like Ten Hag, like you're gonna get a proper coaching. Like let's see stuff. So
there's no excuses for the players with Ten Hag because they're all gonna get coached now. So there's no excuses.
Oh, Matic officially leaving.
Matic?
Yeah, he put on Instagram. He's leaving the summer.
Oh, right. Yeah, I mean, that's... that was kind of... He even said that he was going to leave as well, so...
Yeah, he put on Instagram. Fair enough, man. Yo, Oscar's waffling
we need midfielders, man. We're going to need midfielders.
Oscar was waffling in the chat with his missing view and stuff, bro. Some fake accounts are posting that he's returning to training and stuff.
Who's returned?
Mason, number 11.
No, he's not returned. He's still up thinking, though.
It's not happening, bro. Not this season, at least. The season's almost over. He's not coming back to training this season.
Bro, that's gone hella quiet, you know. That's gone hella quiet. I don't know what's happening.
It's all legal now, isn't it?
Oh, right, okay. But I know we shouldn't be talking on him, yeah. But okay, with number 11, yeah, with number 11, do you think that obviously, like the thing is with his attributes as well, like he's not really got any attributes barring his finishing that suits the Premier League. Like, you know how people are saying, "Oh, if only we had number 11," but like I feel like with number
Yeah,
11, I don't think he was.
I hate
I
that
don't think.
stuff. I hate that stuff. Yeah, I just
Yeah, I
tune
don't
it
think he
out,
was
bro.
going to
I'm sorry.
progress into a good player anyway. Like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll just move on from him. But
Well, yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
yeah,
fuck that guy. But yeah, with Ten Hag,
okay.
obviously, I was looking at his Leipzig lineup. I'm not gonna lie. Like this is one player, the center back. I don't know if you know him. Guardiola, the center back, the Croatian guy.
I don't know, guys.
He's very good. But he's on my top like left-footed center back. I think he's like top 3 left-footed center backs like potential wise in the world. So that's another good one right there.
Oh, Croatian. Okay. All
Yeah,
right. Okay.
Guardiola. He's really good. But yeah, man, with Ten Hag, we'll see what happens. I mean, obviously, we talked about it on your channel. Obviously, are you? How excited are you?
I am excited because the thing is with Ten Hag, yeah, like I'm not going to go overboard and say, oh my God, he's going to do this, he's going to do that. But why I'm excited is that he's got a plan for us. And I know Ten Hag, that he would have joined Man United with circumstances that he wanted to be in place. Like he wants certain stuff that so the club doesn't backstab him like they did with the other managers. Because essentially, we just bought players not from the manager's plans because of their commercial value. So with Ten Hag, I'm really excited. But I think with next season is going to be, I think it's going to be a poor season in terms of like where we finish. I don't think we're going to finish. I think we're going to finish lower than 4th, but I think we're going to progress. And I think the most important thing with Ten Hag is not the players he brings in; it's the players that we get rid of. I think that's more important because if you look at our squad, it's huge. It's too big, and we've got too many players that are on big wages. Mata, I'm pretty sure Mata's on like 140 or something. Like that's more than Foden or something like that. Dean Henderson's on a lot of money. There's a lot of players on a lot of money, so I am excited with Ten Hag, and I think he's that right profile of manager to help us compete with Klopp and Pep. But it's going to take time, though. But then let's be honest
Yeah,
here, we're not going to win the league anytime soon, as long as Pep and Klopp are still there, and you've got
yeah.
Tuchel.
Whenever win the league, as long as Pep and Klopp are in this league, we're not winning it.
I'm expecting a trophy though. I think I'm going to give him 2 years to
All
win
right,
the trophy.
if we're in Europa next year, do you think we can win it?
If we're in Europa League, I think we can win it. Yeah.
Obviously,
I think we
if we're in
can.
Conference League, we better win that competition. By the way, if we're in
100%.
Conference
Yeah.
League, we better win it. I don't care. Like if I don't
Yeah,
care,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
I don't care if you gotta win that competition. I'm
Which
not
I
gonna
think we can win
I'm not gonna
Carabao.
gas it. Like
Yeah.
okay, that's like I'm not gonna gas it if we win Conference League. By the way, I don't
Yeah.
care about that trophy. I genuinely don't care. You're not gonna see me flex winning a Conference League because that competition is way below United standards. So is Europa League, but it's a good trophy. It's a respectable trophy these days.
We can't be picking and
Like
choosing what
it's a
trophies to win as well. Like
yeah.
we've not won one in
Yeah,
6 years.
of course. The only one I'm throwing away is Conference League because I don't that doesn't like
Yeah, yeah.
count. Like it counts, but like, bro, like it's not serious. But Carabao, I would like to win that. FA Cup obviously would be great. So would of course Europa League. So those are the kind of trophies I want to win. Then once you get that first trophy, you'll install that mentality. Hopefully, that winning mentality. Like the players will get that taste again, and hopefully they could push on from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said something on my TikTok. I'm like, with Ten Hag, I said short-term pain for long-term gain. Obviously, we've been in pain with United for a long time, but in
Yeah.
terms of this new era coming, we're gonna have to suffer. We can't cheat the process because we keep trying to cheat the rebuild process. We keep trying to throw a lot of money at it and buy wrong players. Like, yo, just let it happen gradually, and it'll happen.
I'd be a lot
I
more
think we kind of
confident,
have
by
to,
the way.
like, I think we have to lower our standards a little bit. I know people say never lower your standards, but like, we're
Yeah.
at a point where United are just not good. We're just not a good club right now, and like people keep expecting we should hold our standards. Like I know we should hold our standards to we're the biggest club in the world. But for a year or two, we're gonna have to lower them, and like especially
I
the
agree.
fans. Like yeah, the United board will give Ten Hag his time the first 2 years. Like they'll give him the money and the time. They've done that with every manager, but the fans if let's say we play Brentford first game of the year and we draw 0-0, you're gonna be going on Twitter and people say Ten Hag out. It's like,
I'll
yo,
never do that.
just wait. Just wait. Just like wait.
I,
And then
I
after
said
2
this,
years,
by
if he
the
hasn't
way.
won a trophy, yeah, if he hasn't won
I'm
a
giving him.
trophy after like 2 years,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm giving him 3. I'm giving him his contract. That's what you should give every
100%.
manager typically, unless it goes haywire. Like unless she's like in relegation battle, then you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But
Ralph did say, by the way,
give him his
that
contract.
it's a 5-year project, isn't it? Because we're
Yeah,
essentially.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're restarting again. Oli left us in such a bad place that we have to restart again.
Saying,
and I said
that's
this on
what I've been
Twitter.
saying. Yeah.
That Ten Hag is coming into a worse situation than Oli was, which is
Yep.
scary because Oli was not coming into a good situation. But at least Oli was coming into a squad of players that had won a trophy like, what was it, a year and a half before?
Yeah.
The Europa League and stuff like that. Like you had Pogba was still like more of his prime. Like you had a more winning mentality in that group. You're coming into a group.
Exactly.
Ten Hag's coming into a group of team that's unfit,
Lazy.
lazy, haven't won a trophy in 6 years. Or 7 or 5, whatever. 6 seasons.
2017 was our last trophy.
Yeah, 5 years and 6 seasons.
Yep.
And a bunch of other stuff. The only good thing about Ten Hag is that in terms of upstairs, it's a little more stabilized. A little more. And Ten Hag has a much better academy that he could utilize.
I'm excited for the academy players, I can't lie. I
Yeah,
think we're going to see more of the youngsters.
Like I said, bro, I want to see him, like, especially if we're gonna play in Europa League. I don't think, like, if we're in Europa League, he shouldn't start them every game because we're all gonna be in a group that's not gonna be like the easiest. But like, put him on the bench if we're winning like 3-0. Put him on the, like, what other managers haven't done. Put him on the lineup, bro. Put him in the game. Let him get the minutes. Like the one thing I'll give Ole prop for was remember that Astana game where he played the whole youth.
Oh yeah.
I like that. I'm like, yo, why not? Like that's good. But yeah.
100%. Yeah,
I just hope Ten Hag sticks. If Ten Hag can stick to his morals, and he doesn't let the aura of United get to him in a way from the upstairs and from the fans, because it is a big pressure job. If he just sticks to his morals, does what he intends to do, sticks to his values. That's the one thing I'll give Jose. He never he never went away from his values and morals. Like he's Jose. He did what he wanted.
But with Ten Hag, didn't he have like a good relationship with? Obviously, was it with Overmars? Was he like the guy? Was he like the owner? Was he the DOF?
Yeah, they're close. The DOF, they're very close.
So essentially, Ten Hag is gonna do it with like Ralph, isn't it? That's what's gonna happen.
But it's from Murtaugh, really. It's from Murtaugh.
Oh, I don't know about that.
But Murtaugh said that he really liked Ten Hag even before Ajax, from his SC Twente days.
Oh, okay. Didn't Murtaugh? Wasn't he the one that wanted to get Ralph in it as well?
Yeah. No, Murtaugh, like people would troll him, but like he wants what's best for the club. Like he wants to bring more football stuff in.
Yeah.
I just don't like that United aren't giving Ralph any say really. I want Ralph to be able to work with them and teach them, but also give Ralph some power where he could make some decisions.
I'll be honest, I think as bad as we are on the pitch, I think Ralf Rangnick is the best thing to happen to United in a long time. Because if you think about it, we don't get Ten Hag without Ralph. We don't get him.
I think we do. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you really think so? Because let's say Ralph wasn't here and we got, I don't know, some random interim guy that was just there to do a job. I think Poch would have been the manager.
It was actually said that United were like shocked by the fans' reaction to Poch, that we didn't want him at all. I think that swayed them. I don't think it was Ralph.
No, but Ralph had but the thing is with Ralph, he was Ten Hag's first choice manager though. That's the thing, and you had people.
I'm sure he recommended. I'm sure he recommended him. I think United would always had Ten Hag on their mind, like Ajax relationship with Van der Sar, like it would have been on their minds. But I think if the fans were like more open, yeah, he might have did a little bit. I think Murtaugh might have wanted sure Alex was the one that was pushing for Poch.
Oh yeah.
Bacon face some people call bro, Sir Alex, bro. This guy's trying to sabotage. I swear to God.
Bro. I'd be, but with Ten Hag, as much as I rate him, I'd be a lot. Obviously, how this whole protest thing is happening tomorrow. I'd be a lot more comfortable.
Yeah.
I do think Ten Hag will do a good job, but I'd be a lot more at ease if we had like football owners that actually cared about football. So
of course, obviously.
But that's not gonna. I don't know. That's not really gonna happen.
We'll see,
Because
bro.
that's what.
I mean, the Glazers,
Yeah.
the Glazers need to go, obviously, but I'm at a point where like, obviously I can't do anything about it. I'm in America. I mean, even though I live in the same country as them, I can't walk up to them and punch them in the face and stuff like that, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
But I've gotten to a point where like they're gonna be here for like at least another decade, probably.
I think they're gonna. I think they could sell within
It's
5 years.
impossible to sell Man United, bro. Bro, do you
Too
know,
much.
look at Chelsea's 3 billion.
Yeah. Then if
We're double
Chelsea are
that.
three,
We're double that.
so what you're saying, we're like at least 9 or 10 billion.
I think we're at 7, 8. And then you got to factor in the amount of depth that the Glazers owe that would fall on the new owners.
They've still not paid that debt. I can't believe that. I can't believe
It's
it.
still it's half a billion. It's half a billion still.
Oh my days. And you know what? Even if we did
So
get rid of the owners, what if we got another American owner that didn't even care? Then we're back to square one again.
it's either the only other owners would be Americans or be a consortium from Saudi, and there's no chance in hell that the Premier League would allow Saudis to buy Man United.
But didn't they buy Newcastle?
Yeah, but Newcastle's a project. Like they're not like we're talking about. Imagine adding Saudi money to a team that's self-reliable on their own money. United run as our own money. We haven't had money pumped into us in over a decade. We've had money taken out of us. We haven't even forget money pumped into us. We've had millions and millions taken out of us, and we still make the most revenue yearly. Except now, City are kind of cooking their books to have more revenue than us, which is another discussion for another day. What they do over there, but bro, imagine adding City money to United.
Oh, that's unstoppable then, if that's the case.
Exactly. We'd be an unstoppable franchise.
So you're saying we don't really need the richest owners because we generate so much money
we don't.
by shit.
Bro, we're the biggest club in England. We have the biggest fan base in the world. I think United have more fans than Real Madrid.
Yeah, that's true. So we basically just need an owner that just cares about football.
We just need an owner that
and we don't.
Yeah, we just need an owner that will put the right structure in. If the Glazers put the right structure in, this wouldn't be a problem. But they put Ed Woodward in charge.
If Richard Arnold does a good job, and then Murtaugh's doing his thing, I feel like we still need to change though.
It's fixable.
Fletcher.
It's fixable. Yeah, Fletcher. Yeah, I don't know what he does, but he's useless.
Well, and Matt Judge, by the way.
It's fixable.
The guy that he negotiated.
He's worse than Fletcher. Bro, he's the worst negotiator in the world.
Bro, we need to change him.
Once you get those people out, then like obviously I always want the Glazers gone. Like no matter what, I want them gone. Like that's never gonna change. But United is fixable, but it's not a 1-year fix. It'll take like a couple of years, but it's fixable.
So you're saying we can be successful with the Glazers if we had the right structure?
Yeah.
But the thing is, let's say
we wouldn't be as good as like I don't think we'll never hit the Sir Alex years again. That type of success that's never happening again. That's impossible because you got too many competitors now. You got City, you got Liverpool, you got Chelsea, you got Newcastle's gonna be on the rise eventually. They're gonna come. It's only a matter of time.
Bro, they're all in mid-table already. Give them a few transfer windows. They'll be hitting top 4 soon. You never know. They could be like the new bro. Oh man. And as much as more players they get, they'll probably get a better manager as well. I think Eddie Howe's just there just to stabilize it, and then
Eddie Howe's a good starting. He's a good starting point.
Yeah, because he's got experience.
The moment they start the moment they start getting like the right success, that's when they'll go find like a manager to come.
100%, yeah. That'll be that'll be good for Newcastle.
Yeah. Congrats to them, I guess. They won the lottery too. Must be nice.
No, I know.
We got the word, bro. Cause like, I'm here in America, bro. So like, there's good American owners.
You think so? Yeah.
And then there's the Glazers. Oh yeah, there's some. Bro, like the people that want to buy Chelsea, like, not the Ricketts, who backed out already. By the way, if you guys didn't know.
Oh yeah.
So
I seen that.
Like the Dodgers owner that wants to buy them, bro. If you like for baseball, the LA Dodgers are one of the biggest biggest teams, and they're successful. Like maybe they haven't won as much, but they keep having money pumped into them, superstars getting bought and
Yeah,
stuff like that. So they care about the team. So like, there's American owners that will want to care, like for like.
I've seen loads of people on Twitter saying Elon Musk come buy United or something like that.
I don't know what would
Uh,
happen with that, but United. Obviously, we're gonna have more shows on them. Obviously, as the year progresses. By the way, speaking of like one last thing, like Samuel Luckhurst, he said that United are gonna spend big this summer.
they're gonna what? Sorry.
Like, they're gonna like. There's a war chest cup. Like it's gonna be like 9 figures, like in terms of millions. It's gonna be like 100 million plus spent in the window.
Oh, for United. Well,
Yeah,
100. Bro, I'm expect. If we're being honest, we Ten Hag needs to get at least minimum 150 to 200 mil. That's
yeah,
what he
that's what we
needs
need. I think
because
that's a range
the
we're gonna have
lowest
to doing.
we can't get like Premier League players or decent amount of players for less than 40 mil. Everyone's valued at 40 and or 100 or 50 or 80. Everyone's expensive now, so we need at least 200 million. Just
Yeah,
get
so
just
we'll
get
see.
centre back, full back, CDM, right wing striker, then we're good to go. I think we need to actually forget the striker for now. I think we need to build a solid spine first. I think get a couple of centre backs, or maybe a centre back and a full back, and a couple of
I
midfielders,
think
and build like a
I
good
think Spine's the most important now.
build like
Spine's
a
the most
good core.
important. Strikers.
You know how Liverpool have like they've got Van Dijk, Trent Robertson, and Fabinho. That's like a good spine to have. And there you go. And they've got Allison as well. Allison, who's
Yeah,
the whole goalkeeper situation. That's we all heard how Ten Hag wants to play. Like he wants goalkeepers that are good on the ball, and then obviously the De Gea situation. We'll talk about it later on, but yeah, we need so many. We need to change the whole 11. By the way, the whole
yeah, we
11.
do.
I think the only guy that's guaranteed to is probably Sancho on the left. That's the only position I can think of, and maybe. Actually, that's actually it. To be honest, Sancho on the left, and that's the only guarantee. And De Gea maybe. I don't see De Gea. I don't think De Gea will leave next season. But De Gea and
No,
Sancho are the only players.
I said it. I said that his 2023 problem.
2020. Oh, okay.
Season so next year. Next year is like I don't know if he'll start next year. I think Ten Hag might start freezing him out, but yeah.
All right. Well,
But yeah,
speaking of Newcastle,
pretty
apparently they offered 60 mil for Nunes. So
go there, bro. Yo, him and Chris Wood's a good up too though. That's physical.
100%, yeah.
That's not an easy duo to deal with. But yeah, obviously season's coming down to an end soon. So all the transfer windows, like we'll have more like in-depth shows about that to like discuss stuff like that, targets and stuff like that. I'm also gonna start pumping out more articles for targets and stuff like that. You guys should check that out. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this show. Ahmed, where can they find you?
Obviously on the YouTube, you can find me on AA United TV, and on Twitter you can find me on Ahmed_United Red. And big up for having me on. It was a lit show.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, I'll be doing more watch-alongs, and Michael. You'll see Michael on there as well. So big up.
Yeah, I don't know when I'll start watching. Maybe I think next year I'm gonna do more watch alongs. So I have like the double screens and stuff like that. It'll be a lot easier to do. As for me, find me on Twitter. Where we at right here? Yep, right there. I'm Michael_Grace26. The podcast Twitter at Juego Pod. Try to follow that. I gotta start pushing more promotion for that. I really don't. I should probably start pushing more for that. And then TikTok, I'm starting to do more TikToks. So I think the TikTok's Juego Bonito Pod TikTok. So yeah, once I start figuring out how to do clips and stuff like that, I'll start posting podcast clips on there as well.
Oh, yeah, that 1K thing is annoying, man.
I know, it's so annoying, bro. God, yo, YouTube trying to like, bro, like, yo, just push it out for everyone, man. It's not that complicated. But yeah, what else do I promote? Do I have anything else to push? Oh yeah, for Nick, if you guys like, if anyone here watches baseball, follow his podcast, the Boogie Bomber podcast. I think that's what it's called for Yankee stuff. And then also make sure you follow the United Journal for articles from me and my fellow co-writers. Big up to all of them as well. They also write great articles. So yeah, that's pretty much it for pushing. And yeah, hope everyone enjoyed that. Anyone that tuned in on live stream and anyone that tunes in on the rewatch later when it goes on YouTube. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.
It's okay.